Are you ready to become awesomer? Hello everyone, my name is Umar. I'm your host on the No Limit Selling podcast, where industry leaders share their tips, strategy, and advice on how you can become better, stronger, faster. Just before we get started, I've got a question for you. Do you have a negative voice inside your head? We all do, right? I'm going to help you remove that voice in under 30 days guaranteed. Not only remove it, but transform it. So instead of the voice that sabotages you, there's one that propels you to much higher levels of performance and success. There's a link in the show notes. Click on it to find out more. All right, let's get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the No Limit Selling podcast. Today we have Richard Oyekunle. Did I get that pronunciation right?
Yeah, you got that right. That was
brilliant. That was the hardest part of the podcast. Now, from now on, it's going to be clear sailings. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Umar.
So how long have you been a realtor?
I'm going to break this into two. So I would say I've been doing real estate for a long time, but a licensed realtor in Toronto that can operate all through Ontario, then this will be my fifth year.
Fifth year, excellent. And so where in Toronto are you located?
So there's this beautiful city, 45 minutes close to downtown Toronto called Mississauga. That's where my office is. And
nice. So how many people in your team?
Speaking of brokerage, we have about over 100 agents in the brokerage. In my own micro team, we are a team of 4.
Excellent. So how many admins, how many agents?
I'm the head of the team. I'm the listing agent. We have one admin and we have 2 other agents. So I'll regard myself as the agent too. So I'll say 3 agents, 1 admin.
Excellent. And so you transitioned from individual producer to building a team, right?
So I started off all by myself the first year up until the third year. I actually started the team this year. Last year was crazy and actually called for expansion. So we had to follow the route.
So what have been the most challenging parts of building a team?
Most challenging part is identifying the right member of the team. I think it's easier to join any brokerage, but when you're trying to form a team, you want to be conscious of who you bring on the team. There has to be, it's like a marriage, right?
Yes.
I see when you speak of brokerage level, I think they care less about who joins. They kind of give everybody that chance to see how they perform.
Yes.
But with a team, you want to make sure you bring people with the same ideology, people that has that value to add. You don't want to carry that, excuse my language, that dead weight, right? So the main challenge is identifying the right fit, whether it's an admin, whether it's going to be the buyer agent, whether it's going to be the listing agent, whatever capacity they're going to hold in the team. You just want to make sure they are the right fit that will help you to bring, to take the team forward.
So where has the growth been for you? Because, we have an idea of what a team leader does, and then we have the reality. So what was the disconnect between the two for you, between what you thought it would be and what it actually is? Like, was there a difference?
Do you mean if there's any challenges?
No. The question I'm asking is, we'll take marriage, for instance. We have an idea of what marriage is going to be like, and then we get married, and there's a reality. So the question I'm asking is, you had an idea of what a team leader would do, what it would be like, and then now you've got the reality of it. So what's the delta between what you thought it was and what it actually became?
Downside for me is the fact that you tend to realize that it doesn't mean you're going to do less work as a team lead. I think you have to even double up.
Yes.
But that might be for some time until things now get in shape and people can now, take responsibility and all of that, which I think comes, happens with time. But when you're just starting out a team, you're definitely going to have to double up. You have to work twice more to be able to get the team together and be able to get the team to the next level. So for me, last year was really crazy. I hardly had time for myself, and what I had in my head is, no, I can put a team together and it will make me work less. But no, that is not the case. Because I'm just starting the team, for me to make it successful, I have to work twice more in order to bring everybody together to make sure that, there's right transition and be able to keep everybody informed for us to be able to double our performance too, right? So I think that would be the downsides for me. Another challenge would be being able to get everyone on the same page,
Yes.
right? Yeah, getting everybody on the same page and being able to, let them understand, okay, this is how the business has to go. This is how we can take the business to the next level. Everybody have their ways of doing things. Everybody that brought to my group, they are already licensed. So they have their own ideology of how real estate should be. So bringing them on the same page can be another challenge. But with time, I think things just tend to get better.
Excellent. When we look at, your skill set now compared to your skill set 5 years ago, it's improved quite a bit, right? So as you look out into the future, 5 years into the future, there is a better version of you out there. So what skills do you have to start learning and being good at to arrive at that better version of you in the future? Like, what are you focusing on? Where's your growth coming in the next few years as a human being, as a leader, as a realtor?
I think it will be more of leadership skill. Something I need to improve on. I need to get to that space. I need to be comfortable with that space. I think that's what's going to take my business to the next level. If I get into that space of having those leadership skills and improving on them, it will help my business a lot. It will give me that leverage to be seen as an authority in the market space, right? And it will be able to also be able to pass the right value to people in my team.
Yes.
Yes. And also, another thing that needs to be improved on, especially in the world we have today, is the growth mindset. Growth mindset is key. Things are changing really quickly. So one is to be, you need to have that skill to be able to, to know what growth is actually is. Sometimes a lot of us get busy and we think we're growing, right? But being busy doesn't mean we're growing, right? So having that growth mindset and the leadership skills, I think it's very important to be able to get to the next level in coming years.
Definitely. So you see other team leaders, around you and in the industry, right?
Yes.
Who's someone you admire and go, that person really is doing an excellent job? Like, who's somebody in the industry that you admire, especially their leadership skills and how they build their team?
I have quite a number around here. I know of Sam McDaddy. He's a top realtor here in Toronto. There is another, a real estate killer in the game. His name is Mark Celano. He owns a boutique brokerage here in Vaughan, Ontario. I think both of them, they've been able to demonstrate, what to build a good team. Sam McDaddy team is a bigger team to Mark Celano's. Mark Celano's team is a boutique brokerage that sells luxury homes, and he's been able to get a hold and get a grip of that. And Sam is more of a bigger team. He has numbers of brokerages, and he's been able to do amazingly well over the years.
So what attributes do you think Sam has that allows him to be a good leader?
I think the growth mindset. I've read the story how he started from Remax.
Yes.
I can liken myself to him when he started, because I have a few people in my brokerage that said, "Oh my, he's a hard worker. That he works hard. He works really hard. He works a lot." Starting then, he had that growth mindset to know the right time to branch off Remax to start his own brokerage. Starting his own brokerage, then he attracted a lot of agents and all of that. Then he started opening his brokerages in major city. They are opening up, the likes of Milton, Ontario, Oakville, Ontario. So checking his business pattern, he understands the business of where to open the brokerages. He understands what a growing city. The thing is, like the way we have it in Ontario, you have this big city where everybody work and all of that, but people don't want to live there most times. They want to live in a more serene city or town that is 45 minutes to the place where houses are more expensive. And those are the places he goes to open brokerages. That's number one. Another thing Sam has been able to do amazingly well is his marketing strategy. He is good with marketing, and he actually goes all out on marketing.
Sam is a pest. Each time I open up YouTube, I see his face on my YouTube videos that I'm watching. So yeah, he's a great marketer. So if you're using him as a role model, so what are how can you get a stronger mindset? Like, what are you doing? Because you're already doing well. But if you're going to really expand, where in your mindset do you have to improve?
Is the growth mindset.
Yes.
Is the growth mindset. And with the growth mindset, I need to actually do more on marketing and branding.
Excellent.
Right? You are going to attract a lot of people that think alike, people that would love to work with you. And that way, it will really, really help the business.
Superb. So tell me your favorite real estate story of you helping one of your clients.
One of my clients, of them, but if I have to say one of them, so when I started, I'll take it back to when I started. I think 6 months after when I started, I came up with a strategy of how, because I just said to myself, to be honest, like there are a lot of agents in Toronto, thousands of hours. So what differentiates me from every other agent is the value proposition, the value that I bring to the table, not just about buying and selling. So I came up with, as an immigrant in this country, that I know how money works and how the taxes work, how I understand that it's not about how much you make, it's how much you are able to save and what you can do with what you save, right? So I came up with a strategy how every individual can own 3 real estate in 5 years, right? This is something that people struggle with over time. I see people that bought their first property and it's hard for them to even get the second one. So I came up with a strategy how they can get the first home. Then after buying the first home, something affordable, be able to save in 2 years and buy a new construction that has assignment clause, and how they can leverage on that to sell an assignment and buy the third one in the 4th year. So I have this set of clients that I started with. And what brings me so much joy is we've been able to achieve that with few of them that right now they own real estate properties. And it's a win-win situation, right? That gets me multiple deals. And at the same time, they have 3 real estates in their portfolio now, which they can leverage on, which, can actually help them to achieve their financial goal, whether they want to retire early, they want to sell that 20 years from now, or whatever way they want to leverage on that.
Wealth creation. Love it. Actually, that's totally genius. So what is a technique that you use, some call that a mind hack, to become better, stronger, more efficient, more productive? Like, what's one thing you want to share with the listeners, a technique that they can use right now to improve their performance?
For me, what has actually helped me a lot is seeing what I can bring to the table. What I know about every human being is we are all selfish, right? We all want something that will benefit us, and that is expected of every client. So I know for me, I'm not the most outspoken. I'm not the best dresser out there. I'm not the most attractive. So, but what do I bring to the table, right? What I bring to the table is how I can satisfy their selfishness, which is, okay, I know everybody wants a good deal. Everybody want multiple houses, right? So I bring the investment part of real estate to every client. And that is what I tell them. I don't even care if they're a first-time home buyer. I see every home buyer as an investor, right? So I tell them, what I bring to the table for you is, even buying your first home, I need to change their mindset from being a first-time home buyer to an investor. So what that helps me with is, even when they buy their first home, they don't stop there.
Nice. That's totally genius. Thank you so much for being on the program. It was a really good conversation, and I really like kind of the mindset part of, even if a person only buys one home, let's say they don't buy multiple homes, but if they come at it with the mindset of investor, they see the transaction totally differently. And if you can help them buy multiple homes, that's how you create long-term wealth for you and your family to come. And I think that changes not only the people you're helping, but it helps their kids and grandkids also get a different mindset. So thank you so much for sharing your wisdom.
Well, thank you for having me.
Excellent.
If you enjoyed this episode, please go to iTunes and leave a 5-star rating. And if you're looking for more tools, go to my website at nolimitselling.com. I've got a free mind training course there that's going to teach you some insights from the world of neuro-linguistic programming and that is the fastest way to get better results.